Hello YouTube, my name is Nero. Today we have some more Call of Duty World War II multiplayer. This video is going to focus once again on divisions, because love them or hate them, divisions are here to stay and they will be replacing our Korea class in Call of Duty World War II, but they are not going to be limiting us nearly as much as we initially thought. It has been revealed that basic training is not going to be restricted to specific divisions within the Call of Duty World War II multiplayer, which is definitely a very big deal, which opens up the possibility for a lot of options. Now, before we go any further, I would like to give credit where credit is due. This gameplay is once again from Drift0r. He is actually at E3. He was flown out there by Activision to record footage. He is posting a ton of Call of Duty World War II content over on his YouTube channel. There's a link to that down there in the description, as well as a link to the original video. I would highly recommend checking out both of them. He is one of the most popular Call of Duty YouTubers for a very good reason. He makes very good videos. Go ahead and give him a look. So basic training is not going to be division specific. This is a very big deal. The biggest piece of criticism that people are giving this game so far is that this system is going to be way too restrictive compared to what we're used to, and to an extent, you guys are right. I mean, this is much more restrictive than your traditional pick 10 or pick 13 system, but at the same time, it's also less restrictive depending on how you look at it, and you can make some downright ludicrous classes with the division system here in Call of Duty World War II. To demonstrate this, I put together some classes I would like to share with you guys. So here is the Thompson class that was featured in yesterday's video. It's a decent class by default, but knowing what we know about the game, I can change it and make it incredibly powerful. So in Call of Duty World War II, by default, with this new division system, we can have a primary weapon that can have up to 2 attachments on it by default. We get a secondary weapon with no attachments on it, and we get 1 piece of equipment. There are sticky grenades, there are frag grenades, there are bouncing betties and stuff like that. So for my class here, I would like to have extended mag and advanced rifling, because I feel as though that is a very good setup. Advanced rifling is basically long barrel for those that don't know what advanced rifling is. I'm going to keep the M1911 as my secondary, and I'm going to have a frag grenade as my piece of equipment because I like throwing frag grenades. They're incredibly powerful. I've played a lot of Modern Warfare Remastered. I'm partial to my frag grenade. Now, I'm going to replace basic training Smoked with basic training Phantom. Now, take a look at all the benefits that this class actually has. Thanks to the airborne division skill, I can put a silencer on my Thompson and unequip it at will. Thanks to my division training, I can sprint for longer distances, I can climb over obstacles faster, and I can sprint faster than the other divisions as well. Thanks to my basic training, I have quieter movement, I take no fall damage, and I'm invisible to enemy UAVs while moving. If we look at this class by older Call of Duty standards, I have Marathon and Lightweight Pro from Modern Warfare 2, Dead Silence, Ghost, as well as a primary weapon with 2 attachments, or 3 if you count a silencer, as well as a secondary and a frag grenade. Are you starting to see how strong division classes can actually be in this game? Let's take a look at a rifle class. So here we see the bar class from yesterday. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do here is strip this class down to basics so we can rebuild it together step by step. So to start, we have our bar, and let's pick our 2 attachments. Now let's pick our secondary and our piece of equipment. So now our class is basically started. Now let's take into consideration our division training, which allows us to have 2 extra attachments on our primary and 1 attachment on our secondary. Now our bar has 4 attachments, or 5 if you count the free bayonet that the infantry division has, and now we can equip the basic training Scoped, which gives us 1 more attachment, along with the ability to move faster while aiming down sights. Think of this class in older Call of Duty terms. We have a full auto bar with 7 attachments, basically, right? We have an optical sight, we have a foregrip, we have advanced rifling, we have quick draw, we have high caliber, adjustable stock, as well as a bayonet, not to mention the fact that we have a secondary complete with its own attachment, as well as a piece of equipment, and this doesn't even take into consideration score streaks. Are you seeing how powerful this system can actually be? How about this Lewis class right here? I like this class a lot already. It has a bipod thanks to our division skill. It has a grip and it has FMJ on a light machine gun, which are very good attachments. Now, thanks to our division training, we have a bazooka as a secondary, we have an extra piece of equipment, and we can throw our equipment faster, farther and while sprinting. Now, if I wanted to make this class the ultimate anti-tank class, say for like the war game mode, I could replace the loaded basic training with forage. And now I'm able to swap to my bazooka faster, I'm throwing my sticky bombs even quicker than before, and I'm able to resupply my bazooka ammo and sticky bombs off of dead enemies. Alternatively, instead of going full anti-tank, I could go full explosives, or full MWR as I call it, by equipping the smoked basic training and have 3 pieces of equipment that I can throw faster and farther than other divisions, while also having a smoke grenade, while still keeping my secondary and my light machine gun that has a bipod and 2 extra attachments on top of that. There are so many things we can do with what they showed us at E3. Now, it is important to note that not everything I laid out here in this video is actually going to make it into the full version of the game. Perhaps there's going to be a limit on the number of grenades you can have, or a limit on the number of attachments you can have, or maybe a restriction on what attachments can be equipped on what weapons. We don't know. I haven't played the game firsthand personally. I mean, we're going to have to see when the beta comes around, but I think you guys get the point. There is a lot of room for customization within the Call of Duty World War II Divisions feature, now that we know basic training is not limited to specific divisions. Are we more restricted than traditional Korea class? Yes, we definitely are, but we were also less restricted in some ways as well. Like, if you look at some of the classes I put together and you try to put them together within like a pick 10 scale, we're going way over 10, especially if you try to take into consideration score streaks. I mean, this looks like a pretty awesome feature. I'm pretty excited for it personally, and I would love to hear what you guys think about that down there in the comment section below. What do you guys think of the Divisions features so far? Has this video swayed your opinion in any way? What sort of classes do you think you are going to like in Call of Duty World War II? Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to check out Drift0r. Once again, this is his gameplay. Support the guy who was actually at E3, actually recording the footage, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.